Race 27 on the season for the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the running of the Slick 50 300. On the pole, Matthew Hager. Alongside of him, Adam Chambers. Row 2, Nick Knotts and Trey Roberts. Row 3, Trevor Reinhardt and Colin Cropley. Row 4, Jacob Rodriguez and Ken Johnson. Here, 15 laps around this racetrack, and the green flag about the way for the Slick 50 300, and we are underway. On the break, Matthew Hager gets the lead in the turn number 1. Adam Chambers up high as they go down in the turn as they come out of the second turn. 3 wide between himself, Trey Roberts and Nick Knotts. Matthew Hager jumps out of a big lead. Chambers now fights back though in a second, but here comes Nick Knotts and Trey Roberts on the inside. And Trey Roberts goes into Chambers and it's a crash! Yellow is out on as they complete the first lap. Boy, Adam Chambers is not going to be happy with that, though. Trey Roberts shoved Chambers hard into the wall. Let's look back as to what happened. We were watching those two when it happened. Nick Knotts probably goes into second position right behind the Matthew Hager car, who leads the race now. Let's ride along with Adam Chambers in the 4 car. From the roof cam. Trey Roberts plainly shoved Adam to the wall. And Adam letting Trey know that he's not happy with him. Looks like Ken Johnson kind of smoking a little bit too. I wonder if Ken had something to do with that crash too. Ken Johnson and the Tony Stewart car may have had something to do with it too. Let's see. Let's ride along with him and his roof cam. Right there behind Colin Cropley, and then it didn't look like he got any damage from that crash, but something may have gone wrong to make it smoke a little bit. I don't know, but it looked like it was just Trey Roberts and Adam Chambers that are involved in this crash. So there's the standings right now. Matthew Hager, Nick Knotts right now are in second. Trevor Reinhardt in the 3rd spot. Colin Cropley, Jacob Rodriguez, the top 5 right now. And we'll see if we go green this time by. Yes, we will. Going green on lap number 7 of 15. And we're back under green. Matthew Hager leads. Nick Knotts right now running second. Trevor Reinhardt in the 88 car having a good run. In the 3rd spot, there's Trevor. The Dale Earnhardt Jr. car. Yet to win this season. I guess it's kind of the curse of the 88 car, but I don't know. But Nick Knotts, he's won a race this season at Talladega. Matthew Haggard, he's yet to win this year, so he's looking pretty good right now in the 6 car. The UPS Ford, which by the way will not be back on the car this next season, I'm kind of hearing too. In 2012, I should say. Let's take you through the field. Trevor Reinhardt, there's Colin Cropley in the... Oh, we got more trouble this time. That's Andrew Baranda that has spun. Second caution is out. Let's look again. Let's look as to what happened. He might have got a little help. Let's see. Yep, he gets help from Dunlapper in the 16 car. Ooh, Fred Christopher hits him in the 3 car. There's Zed Weinstein. He spins. Rob McCabe gets through. Oh, Fred Christopher. Oh, my. Big damage to his race car. We have an onboard camera with Fred Christopher. One of those oh crap moments right here. You're blinded by smoke, that's what you get. Still keeps going, but there's Rob McCabe. He escapes with no damage on his Shell Pennzoil Dodge. Dalton Day somehow got in that crash too in the 17. Let's look as to what happened with Dalton's car. He mowed it right in the grass. He looked like he was an innocent victim of the crash himself. Let's watch. He barely gets a piece of the 11 of Andrew Baranda as well. We saw Zed Weinstein in the 44 get in that crash himself. We went a little bit too far here. Let's look again as to what happened. Oh yeah, he creams the 3 car. We saw the 29 of Matthew Rodriguez get into that crash himself. So, caution out again. Matthew Haggard still leads. Nick Knotts running second. Right now, Trevor Reinhardt third. Colin Cropley and Jacob Rodriguez. We're going to go green this time by and back under green. Matthew Haggard leads with 3 laps to go. Nick Knotts better have something for him. And same with Trevor Reinhardt in the 88 car. Colin Cropley in the 20. Here comes Nick Knotts in the inside for the lead. He may smell first place here coming. And Trevor goes up high. Here comes Colin Cropley on the inside of Trevor Reinhardt. And oh, Matthew Haggard gets into the wall. Nick Knotts to the lead with 2 to go. Colin Cropley goes into second position. Jacob Rodriguez goes into third. Now does Colin Cropley have anything for Nick Knotts? And the yellow flag out again. And this time looks like it's Jasmine Acosta in the 48. This could be the race back to the line. Who will it be to the line? And the winner of the Slick 5300 is Nick Knotts to the line. He gets the yellow and white flags. Nick Knotts will win the Slick 5300. Colin Cropley finishes second, then Jacob Rodriguez in third. Well, let's look back again as what happened. We'll look at what happened after we watched Nick Knotts come to the finish line, the winner. There he is. Nick Knotts wins the Slick 5300 in the Miller Lite Dodge. Colin Cropley finishes second. Jacob Rodriguez third. Matthew Haggard dropped the fourth. One Chevy finishes fifth in the race. Now let's look back as to what happened to the 48 of Jasmine Acosta. I think she might have gotten in a crash herself to cause the last yellow. Nope, that wasn't her. Well, whatever happens, anyway. There's your final positions. Nick Knotts the winner, Colin Cropley second, Jacob Rodriguez, Matthew Haggard, one Chevy the top 5, then 6 through 10, John Douglas, Stephen Weber, Trevor Reinhardt, Aaron Reed, and Adam Chambers the top 10. And look at the rest of the running order. 11 on down to 35. Some tough day for some of those drivers. There it is, Ken Johnson, dead last in the field. So, But the Blue Deuce, the victory lane at New Hampshire, Nick Knotts wins the Slick 5300. Back in the championship contention maybe here. And it's 90 points between Kendrick Walker and now John Douglas in the second position of points. Dylan Petit, Richard Anderson, and Aaron Reed. And here's the rest of the top 20 right now in the points. So we will see you, and we'll see you in the next race on the tour when we go to Dover Downs International Raceway for the Monster Mile 400.